Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, today I want to ask the question of what are some of the craziest things you've seen come across social media? I've seen everything from supposedly old time medical remedies to deworming your dog, to growing your hair, to regrowing eyelashes, from getting poison out of your body through putting onions on your feet and going to bed with that crap in your sock on your feet while you're sleeping. Okay, now, nothing that I am going to discuss here today do I recommend any of y'all going and doing. Matter of fact, I recommend you don't go try this at home. But anyway, I've seen everything from uh, taking an uh, alcohol to for a cold to just outright insane. Like seriously, putting onions on your feet to pull poison out. I've seen bell peppers under your armpits to bring a fever down. I've seen now I saw this one the other day, and it made me think I'll probably never try it because hopefully I'll never be in that situation. But taking ham warmers and putting them under your arms if like you're going to be out in the cold for a long time or if you're homeless. Um, they take the guy that I was watching took the hand warmers and broke it up and stuck it under his arm, and he was saying how that worked more efficiently because it warms the blood that's going through the major arteries. So I mean, I've seen some crazy things. And then the other day, uh, my in-laws were telling me about how adding cocoa to coffee is supposed to help you think better, concentrate more. And then I saw the entire video where they were talking about putting ginger in coffee is supposed to do something. I saw a video yesterday that was saying castor oil does stuff for you. I've seen videos that say what is it? Red wine vinegar is supposed to help you lose weight. I'm not gonna lie, I fell for that one because at the time I was kind of desperate to drop a few pounds. Now I'm just happy in who I am, and I don't want to be overweight, but I'm okay with where I'm at, kind of thing. But I have some of that still in my cabinet, and when I tell you it's the nastiest crap I've ever smelled or tasted, that the red wine vinegar is blah. I don't recommend anybody trying that. I wouldn't offer that to my worst enemy. It was so nasty. It was horrible. When I tell you, like you could take the lid off of it and catch a whiff, it was so nasty. So I don't recommend doing any of the things that you see people doing online. 90% of stuff that is advertised nowadays is AI, and I know this because I use it myself. And so last night I came across this thing called, hold up, I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Catalina, however you say it. But anyway, so I made this. It was some kind of avatar. It was my dog was one of them, and then I made another avatar that was a Chinese guy, and the storyline was based on poisonous popcorn. And I just want you to know that in the end, it was in the butter. That's all I know. It was like that's all I can tell you. I, I when I made up the character, the the AI just kind of ran with the story. It asked me for a headline or a title, and so I was like Popcorn Wars, and my avatar, my puppy avatar, his name was Poisonous Popcorn. And so they asked me for this title, and I said it was I went with Popcorn Wars, and before I knew it, this Catalina, and it's free by the way if y'all want to go have fun with that. I downloaded it on my phone last night, but it was funny as all get up. And so it told me this whole story about how the popcorn war began and how the poison is in the butter, and it was hilarious. I mean, I enjoyed the story. I thought it was great. It was it was completely fun. But nowadays, I mean, my in-law that sent me the thing about the coffee, she bought it hook, line, and sinker. And I mean, it's not a harmful thing, and I don't know how true it is. Uh, I don't listen to things I see online anymore. Like I said, I was desperate when I came across the whole um red wine vinegar deal. And yeah, it said if you take just a swig of it in the morning and a swig of it at night, it will um the vinegar dissolves body fat. And I was like, I I I think I got 3 swigs in before I decided, you know what, I'll figure out how to burn my own belly fat, because I tried it that morning and my stomach felt weird, and I tried it that night and my stomach felt weird, and the next morning I did it again and my stomach still felt weird. And so I sat here thinking actually, like, what in the world, what's so wrong with me that I'm going to subject myself to that nasty crap? And so it's kind of like, I'm just not today, because I'm not that fat. I'm not that single. I'm not that, look, I'm happily married. I got wonderful kids. I don't have anyone to impress. So I'm not going to make myself nauseous trying to figure out, uh, what I want to do with red wine vinegar. Maybe I'll end up cooking with it or something. If anybody knows any red wine vinegar uh, recipes or hacks, or maybe kill off some weeds or something, but I'm not, you know. And that was kind of the moment I realized. Well, I've been realized that it kills me, because I normally don't do stuff that I see online because I know better. And in a weakened moment, it was like I, tried something stupid. But it kills me to see people that have kids on here, or their pets. They'll take a picture of a bobo or a rash or something with their kid or their pet, and they'll go, "Well, what do you?" And pets, I can more or less understand, but kids, when you're taking a picture of something that's wrong with your kid, going, man, look, I understand with pets, because we don't always have money for the vet, and so you're hoping, you know, some redneck out there has, some quick fix all for their puppy doos, because I ain't gonna lie, most of you rednecks, I'm a redneck too, have some good, use burnt motor oil to get rid of, flea infestations. I've heard it all, so I'm down with it. But when it comes to your kids, you don't have to have money to show up at an emergency room. You don't necessarily have to have money to show up at urgent care. They will see you. They will see your child. Worry about the money later. They will see your child. So don't go to doctor internet. Don't go to doctor online. Don't go to doctor Google, doctor YouTube, doctor Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Go to a real doctor. Go to doctor urgent care. Go to doctor emergency room. especially when it comes to your kids. When it comes to your own health, if you want to ask for advice, I wouldn't take any of it, but see what other people are saying is fine. Starting a conversation about it is fine. But taking that advice, like, nah, man. So, reiterating the question, what is some of the craziest stuff you people have seen online and since you've been online? And how long have you been online? That's another video that I'm going to do probably later in the week. How long have you been here? What did it look like when you got started? Where did you come from? How far did you come? Because, I mean, when I tell you I started out on web TV, that's a throwback. So I'm going to do that video at another time. But, love you, Bubba. But, when I tell you that there is just nothing I've seen as far as advice goes, um, on online, there's nothing I've seen that I would take to heart. Now, I mean, there are some things, but when it comes to like medical, kids, animals. Now, my animals, I have listened and given some thought to. Um, I can't say that I've ever tried anything uh that I've seen online as far as when it comes to my pets. Definitely never sought advice for my kids online. My kids are grown now, have families of their own. But but there's nothing I've seen that I can remember that I've done that I saw online that I took to heart. Um I just know now there's recipes. Oh, dude, the best place for recipes is right here on YouTube. When I tell you, I've not only seen a lot of it, I have tried most of it. And arts and crafts stuff. I learned how to make candles here. I've learned how to make paper rolls here. That's a whole nother thing. I do Bible study here. I post my own Bible study here, but I also get Bible study information from here on YouTube. Um, so, as far as things that I've actually tried and believed, I would have to say online, I would have to say it's been arts and crafts stuff, food recipes, uh, and that's pretty much, oh, and I've done different sewing things and candle sewing, things of that nature. But when it comes to like live things, experiment, nah. Except for myself, like I said, I did the red wine vinegar crap for a day, and yeah, now I got red wine vinegar in my cabinet and don't know what to do with it. But anyway, it's like I've never I've never done any hometown remedies for my kids, my dogs, any of that. But I have seen some weird ones. I have really seen some weird ones, and I have to admit that there are some that just make you sit back and go, "Huh? Hope nobody's dumb enough to try that." And then there are some. It's like, I would try that. But I'm not. It's like you see the kind that it's kind of like, oh, that look like a maybe, but no, because you've been there and done that, and it's like, look, I'm not gonna lie. Once you've tried one stupid thing, like I did with the red wine vinegar, you kind of look at things in a whole new light. And it's kind of like, I would try that, but no, I'm not. But I do watch things like that, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like right now, I don't even know what I'm watching. I am watching YouTube on my big TV, but I don't even, I think I'm watching, it looks like Home Depot working, doing some volunteer work at a homeless shelter of some sort. But I mean, now that I would do. Now that I would do. But here, I kind of, because of my religious beliefs, I kind of have slight issues with that. Like, if you're going to do something like that, why are you posting it online? But then again, the flip side of that is, I guess, if if you show what you're doing, then people donate and volunteer and stuff. So it's like I kind of, yeah, I understand it, but it's, to me, it's kind of weird. I'm a do it for the Lord kind of person. So if I was going to volunteer, I don't want to be on tape, but I understand why the corporations do it. I just wouldn't do it, but I think that's great. That's one thing that you see online that I think everybody should get involved in a good cause at least once a year. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's back them financially with $10, $20, or whatever God puts on your heart to do. But I think everybody should do something like that, definitely. But I don't know. I've seen some really wacky, crazy, insane stuff come across social medias as far as YouTube, TikTok. Dude, the latest I've seen with TikTok is that they have stopped monetizing people, and they've started shadow banning people, and they've started pulling people, like permanently banning people's accounts and stuff for apparently no reason. And like TikTok went crazy when it was sold. So I don't know what I was there for a minute, but TikTok's so crazy. It's just insanely crazy to me, because you either have people that are whining and crying about one thing or another, or you have people that are judging the people that are whining and crying about the one thing or another. So it's like I really didn't, I couldn't find a happy uh place there. I couldn't find a happy ground there, like, because I'm not a whiner, and I don't care enough about what people on TikTok are whining about to judge them. And so it's like I'm not going to sit there and continuously be there, stitching this, and I think that's what they call it when they bring in their video to your video, and I think it's called stitching in, but I didn't have the time, the interest, or the care to sit there and basically you've got people that make whiny, cryy, beggy kind of TikToks, and that's their content. And then you've got people that their content is off of the backs of other people's content. Yes, I'm scratching that itch back, but no, it's like that's what they do. Yeah, their content is judging other people's content. It's like I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Or both say I ain't got time for that. It's like, but I don't know. I would rather make my own, and that's what I want to do with this platform, is just kind of talk about whatever. But I find when it's just random talk and it doesn't have a subject, then I just kind of run on, which I might do anyway, but at least I'm doing it with a subject matter or a headline in mind. So, yeah, and again, people don't have to watch, but if you want to be part of the conversation, comment below. And I I'm not gonna lie. I try to read the comments, but a lot of times I'm so busy doing other stuff that I don't. But if you find me on Facebook on my Only Believe in One um, Facebook profile, look me up there, and I'm more apt to get back to you because that's where I spend a good bit of time. So if you want to have an actual conversation, look me up on Facebook. Like my little thumbnail says, only believe in one. Find me on Facebook. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I love you with the love of the Lord. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And either way, leave me a comment. Let me know why. All right, guys. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I blacked out my screen there for a minute. Okay, guys, love you with the love of the Lord. Look me up. Only believe in one. Find me on Facebook. Have a good one.